I love Caitlin Clark. I love her too, y'all. She's a baller.
When Kamilla Cardoso was directly asked who the brightest future star in the WNBA is besides herself, she didn't hesitate for a moment and confidently replied, Caitlin Clark, as if stating that water is wet. Meanwhile, her teammate Angel Reese has been showcasing how to single-handedly derail a basketball team with her on-court antics and performance. Cardoso's body language has been speaking volumes, loud enough to rival a fire alarm at 3 a.m., highlighting the tension and frustration that's brewing behind the scenes. It's clear that not everyone is on the same page about team chemistry and leadership.
Look at the frustration oozing out of Kamilla Cardoso. She gets a switch, Natasha Cloud, she's posting her up. We can't get an entry pass to Kamilla Cardoso.
Kamilla Cardoso delivered a statement earlier this month that sent shockwaves through the WNBA. She confidently declared Caitlin Clark as the league's most promising player. The remark wasn't just candid. It subtly dismissed her teammate Angel Reese, who has publicly clashed with Clark's rapid ascent since their college days. Cardoso reaffirmed her stance, highlighting Clark's historic influence and her capacity to elevate entire leagues with her magnetic talent. This bold declaration underscored the growing recognition of Clark's dominance and hinted at underlying tensions within the team, revealing how fiercely some players are competing for recognition and respect.
The most promising player in the league, apart from you. And that is obviously what she was asked. This is what she said to that. This is what she answered to that question.
Liga tirando você.
Caitlin Clark.
For Reese, whose preseason games drew fewer spectators than a middle school recital, while Clark sold out arenas worldwide, Cardoso's comments hit hard. The stark contrast between the two players couldn't be more evident. Clark, the Indiana Fever's franchise cornerstone, is averaging 24.7 points and 9.2 assists per game, helping her team stay in playoff contention. Meanwhile, Reese is shooting just 29%, turning the ball over 4.3 times each game, and struggling to complete basic post moves against defenders half her size. Cardoso's praise for Clark wasn't solely about her exceptional talent. It served as a pointed critique of Reese's stagnation and her self-centered mentality.
If I'm Kamilla Cardoso, I am upset with how this offense is looking. If I'm Kamilla Cardoso, I'm upset that I still can't manage to get an entry pass. If I'm Kamilla Cardoso, I'm upset that I still need to deal with this type of amateurism in the WNBA. The Angel Reese shoot, miss, shoot, miss, shoot, miss, shoot, miss, shoot, miss experiment. Okay, this is where Kamilla Cardoso, look, pass it out. Look at Kamilla Cardoso on the bottom of your screen here. Pass it out, kick it out. Let me shoot a midi. How many attempts do we need at the same?
The Chicago Sky's 2025 season has spiraled into chaos, with tensions erupting between star forwards Kamilla Cardoso and Angel Reese after their fourth straight loss to the Phoenix Mercury. Reese recorded a hollow 13.15 rebound double-double in the 94-89 defeat, but Cardoso's remarks about Caitlin Clark's exceptional talent, combined with her visible frustration toward Reese on the court, have revealed deep fractures within the locker room. This isn't merely a rough start, it's an outright identity crisis for a franchise that heavily relied on the Reese-Cardoso duo to build its future. The team now faces questions about leadership, cohesion, and whether they can salvage their season amid internal turmoil.
Angel Reese had one of these double-doubles that doesn't translate to victories. And the WNBA is celebrating it today. And she put up one of the most baffling shots I've ever seen in my life last night. She literally put a shot up looking away from the basket and just flung it up over her head. All the while, she had perimeter shooters open, and Kamilla Cardoso, who, by the way, had a hell of a game last night, a hell of an efficient game last night, was come running in under the basket and doesn't give her the ball.
If you are enjoying, please subscribe. The Chicago Sky's 2025 season has gotten off to a catastrophic start, suffering their fourth straight loss in a 94-89 nail-biter against the Phoenix Mercury. Watching Cardoso during the game, it was clear she was emotionally checked out, seemingly wishing she could be anywhere else. And honestly, Who can blame her? She publicly lauded Caitlin Clark as a generational talent, while her teammate Angel Reese appeared to be lost in a chaotic on-court free-for-all, turning basketball into an unrecognizable interpretive dance. The growing tensions between the two stars have been simmering beneath the surface, and this latest defeat only made things worse. Reese entered the season with a confident swagger, expecting to lead the team to greatness, only to realize that confidence without team chemistry is hollow. Their 0-4 start is not just bad, it's historically disastrous, tying the franchise's worst ever beginning. This isn't just a rough patch, it's a full-blown crisis, exposing deep issues within the team's identity and leadership. Meanwhile, Cardoso has been standing on the sidelines, her visible frustration mounting, like a master chef watching someone burn water. The Sky are now facing an urgent need to regroup before this season spirals even further out of control.
Do you know that coming into this game, the Chicago Sky didn't have a single player averaging double figures? How the hell does that even happen? Y'all didn't have a single player averaging double figures. That is embarrassing. That is ridiculous. How are you even considered a professional team?
But here's where the drama reaches a new level. Cardoso didn't just offer a casual compliment. She specifically praised Caitlin Clark, a player who symbolizes everything Angel Reese aspires to be, but perhaps never will. That's not just praise, it's a subtle yet pointed provocation, a declaration of tension masked as admiration. It's the basketball equivalent of telling your roommate that their ex was actually pretty cool right after they're crying into a pint of ice cream. The timing and boldness of her words make the moment even more delicious. Meanwhile, the chaos in Chicago shows no signs of subsiding. Cardoso, a true basketball talent, clearly understands that intelligence and skill matter on the court. In stark contrast, Reese appears to be caught in a confusing identity crisis, trying to prove she's more than just a rebounding machine. Her attempts at leadership often come across as frantic rather than focused. She's been moved around the court more times than a pawn in a chess game, shifting from power forward to handling point guard duties. Probably because the coaching staff thought, what if we let the player who struggles with shooting run the offense? Watching this unfold is like seeing someone try to fix a leaky faucet with a sledgehammer, technically addressing the problem, but risking making it worse.
I still believe that they're not giving Kamilla enough touches. I think that they give up on her too easily. I think when she seals, they literally can't get her the ball, and it's very confusing to me. And then when they do get her the ball, they throw it at her shin and get pissed at her when she's 6'7". Throw it up there. I mean, she's 6'7". Throw it up there. It just doesn't make sense.
Coach Tyler Marsh approached his new role with the optimism of a first-time parent, eager to develop Angel Reese into a complete basketball player. He envisioned her as a versatile star, creating space, facilitating plays, and leading the team with confidence. But reality has been far different. Instead of blossoming into the dynamic player Marsh hoped for, Reese often struggles with consistency, making questionable decisions and displaying body language that suggests she's unsure of her role. It's as if his plans for her were too ambitious, like expecting someone who burns toast to run a 5-star restaurant. Marsh's vision of her as a multidimensional weapon has yet to materialize. Instead, Reese has become the basketball equivalent of a Swiss Army knife with broken tools, disorganized and unreliable. Rather than the versatile thread Marsh wanted her to be, she seems caught in a confusing phase, trying to prove herself but often falling short. It's a tough reality check for both coach and player, highlighting how challenging it can be to turn potential into consistent performance on the court.
Bro, the Mercury did not play well. The Mercury didn't play well at all. Y'all just wasn't good enough to put them away. I don't know what y'all gonna do, bro. I don't know what y'all gonna do. Y'all are 0-4. Y'all just blew a 15-point lead to a team that wasn't playing well at all. Tyler Marsh. I own a few businesses. If you need some work around the All-Star break, if you need a job, keep the vision. We got you. I got some work for you. You ain't gonna be no decision maker because you ain't gonna be no boss or nothing. But I help a brother out because the way this going, Oh, you're going to be looking for employment soon, brother.
Meanwhile, Cardoso has been displaying a level of professionalism that's truly impressive, all the while internally seething with frustration. Multiple reports have pointed out her insanely bad body language whenever Reese goes into her usual routine of missing shots and refusing to pass. During a particularly painful moment against the New York Liberty, Cardoso actually started walking to the other end of the court mid-slay, unable to bear witness to the ongoing basketball disaster. That's not just annoyance. It's a woman who's clearly reached her breaking point. Sensing it was about 3 Angel Reese possessions ago. The most striking aspect of this basketball drama? Cardoso didn't just randomly praise Clark. She did it intentionally, knowing exactly what message it conveyed. She's a player worn out by mediocrity, fed up with talent being squandered, and exhausted with pretending that effort without results warrants recognition. When she mentioned Caitlin Clark without hesitation, it wasn't just a casual remark. It was a deliberate statement about what genuine basketball excellence looks like. And let's be honest about what everyone in Chicago's contemplating but hesitating to admit. Cardoso is absolutely right. Clark has transformed every arena she's entered into a basketball sanctuary, elevating the game to art. Meanwhile, Reese has turned the United Center into a mausoleum for missed opportunities.
I don't get it. Honestly, I feel so bad for Cardoso because she's being outshined from everything other than basketball, just from the double-doubles and the Clark beef from last year. And Cardoso's really a better basketball player. She just is. And she's not getting the looks that she needs. And I think this duo could work out. I really think it could. But I'm telling you, bro, like, I just feel like Cardoso's going to want to trade soon. She's just too new to be, demanding things.
The Sky's recent loss to Phoenix perfectly exemplifies their ongoing struggles. They squandered a 16-point lead, a margin that in Angel Reese's world feels almost like an everyday occurrence. Cardoso stepped up with 16 points and 9 rebounds, showing a clear understanding that basketball is a team sport. Meanwhile, Reese logged her usual double-double, 13 points and 15 rebounds. But anyone watching could see that individual stats without wins are meaningless, just participation awards with numbers. Rookie head coach Tyler Marsh, brought in for his championship experience as an assistant with the Las Vegas Aces, now faces mounting pressure, just 4 games into his tenure. His offensive system, centered on ball movement and three-point shooting, has crumbled under Reese's tendency to dominate the ball and create chaos on the court. The Sky now rank dead last in assists, 16.2 per game, and turnovers, 18.3. A clear sign of Marsh's inability to control his star player. It's a tough lesson for any coach, no matter how well designed the plays. You can't coach basketball IQ into a player who lacks it. Marsh has been moving Reese around the court like furniture, hoping a change of scenery might spark some hidden potential. But that approach is misguided. You can't fix fundamental basketball issues by simply changing positions or locations. True progress requires fundamental adjustments, discipline, and a team-first mindset. Things that can't be achieved through quick fixes or superficial changes.
Team, do you know how ass you gotta be? And I'm not blaming no players tonight. Do you know how ass you gotta be to blow a 16-point lead? I don't give a Thompson over there getting buckets. I don't give a Bolly over there getting buckets. Get the win. And the reason I said I'm not blaming no players, because this is a very successful night for the two bigs. 16 points, 9 rebounds. She had 4 assists. Angel had a couple assists. You already putting offensive pressure on this team, and the fact they still have to go out there and play defense, which they did. This is a coach.
The funniest part of this entire situation is watching Reese's supporters try to spin this catastrophe into something positive. She's learning, she's growing, she's adapting, they cry, while Cardoso stands in the background like a woman watching someone try to convince her that water flows uphill. At some point, potential without production becomes a participation trophy, and trophies don't win games. Cardoso's public endorsement of Clark isn't just basketball analysis. It's a masterclass in professional shade. She's essentially telling the world this is what elite basketball looks like, while her teammate continues to provide a live demonstration of what it doesn't look like. The woman is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers, and she just put Angel Reese's basketball reputation in checkmate. The Sky's 0-4 start has exposed every weakness this team thought they could hide. General Manager Jeff Pagliocca called it disappointing, which is like calling the Titanic's voyage a minor shipping delay. They added veterans like Courtney Vandersloot, Kia Nurse, and Ariel Atkins to provide leadership and stability, but even seasoned professionals can't overcome a teammate who treats basketball like a personal highlight reel with commercial breaks.
Man, Chicago has to fix their veteran leadership in the post. They went and got veteran guards, hoping that the guards would mask the problem, but all they did was put a bad makeup job on it. Right now, Chicago fans are going to have to be patient. And I'm seeing a lot of people saying that, I can't wait till Angel gets out of Chicago. And to a certain extent, I agree. Angel would not be a starter if she went to any other team with a strong post player. Angel is going to be going through a very rough 3 to 4 years of this rookie contract, but Chicago has to make changes.
What makes this situation particularly juicy is that Cardoso's comment about Clark came from a Brazilian interview, indicating she felt comfortable enough to speak honestly when she thought the Chicago basketball world wasn't listening. That's when you see the real truth, when someone isn't performing for their local audience. She could have named any player or given a diplomatic answer, but she chose to highlight the one athlete who embodies everything her teammate isn't: efficient, winning-oriented, and truly elite. The signs are clear in Chicago. Missed shots and blown leads paint a picture of a team struggling to find its identity. Tyler Marsh is learning that coaching Angel Reese is like trying to teach calculus to someone still counting on their fingers. Cardoso is realizing that raw talent alone can't fix a stubborn lack of basketball IQ. Meanwhile, somewhere in Indiana, Caitlin Clark is likely watching this chaos and quietly thanking the basketball gods that she ended up on a team that truly understands what it takes to win.
Because I can't really see any reason why somebody would necessarily say that Kamilla Cardoso is wrong with what she's saying, because for me, it's almost as good as being fact what she is saying right now. Let's be real. It's not far off being a literal fact that the best young player in the WNBA is Caitlin Clark. Like, again, Caitlin Clark put up stats that if she put them up in NCAA, she might have won National Player of the Year. And she did it in the freaking
The Sky's season is quickly turning into a cautionary tale about what happens when potential clashes with reality, and reality wins decisively by 30 points. Cardoso's praise for Clark isn't just basketball analysis. It's a subtle yet pointed public acknowledgement of the gap between her teammates' performance and true excellence. Tired of carrying the team's offensive load and watching her teammates struggle, Cardoso's comments reveal her frustration and perhaps a sense of betrayal. 4 games into what was supposed to be Chicago's redemption season, fans are witnessing a real-time basketball intervention. Cardoso has clearly run out of patience, diplomatically burned her teammates' reputation, and sent a message to the league. This isn't the level of basketball she aspires to or believes in. The real question now is whether the Sky can salvage the season, or if Cardoso will seek a trade to a team that values true basketball talent. Meanwhile, Reese's time is running out. The WNBA doesn't wait for potential, it consumes it. Right now, Angel Reese isn't just being outplayed by Caitlin Clark, she's being exposed by her own teammates' honesty and frustration. If you enjoyed leaving a like and subscribing, more videos are on the screen now.